Y'all, oh my God. I haven't eaten anything, which means I'm really high energy for some weird reason. I don't know why those things don't balance out. Don't ask me. But I have the most ridiculously bonkers ass shit that just happened. Okay, but wait. Before I get into the crazy story, I do want to make sure if you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button down below. It's free, takes a second of your time, and if I turn out not to be the creator for you, that's totally fine, except I think I will because I'm awesome and really cool and don't know how to give compliments to myself. Secondly, if you do end up liking this video, please leave a like. I really appreciate it. It lets me know that this is the kind of content that you want. And please comment down below. What is the weirdest solicitor that you have ever got? Because this is by far the weirdest one I've ever received. I'm here, I'm working, I work from home. This is my like chill vibes time. I can do whatever I want. I was listening to like some Reddit stuff. I was chilling. I was doing fine. And then I hear a knock on my door and I'm like, well, my landlord's not gonna be here today. So obviously it can't be her because she would have told me she was coming by and she didn't. So like clearly that's not her. Like it's not the guy they hired to come do the yards because I don't hear any of his yard equipment and he starts on our apartment second to last. Thirdly, I'm like, I know it's not any type of delivery or order or anything like that because everything that I've ordered is actually coming tomorrow or later in the evening, like 10 p.m. So I'm like, it can't be any of those. So I hear the door knock and I'm like, oh, it's probably just some solicitor. Whatever. I'm gonna let them like leave. I'm working from home. I can't answer the door. Anyways, they knock again. I'm like, I'm literally just gonna ignore it. I'm gonna ignore it because I don't care because whoever it is does not need to be in my life. And then they knock again. And it's not just like a gentle like, no, it's like a, while I am trying to work. So I open the door and there are these two older women there. I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'm like, this must be like some church thing, right? But here's the thing. Where I live, there might be a cult or just a handful of crazy people. I don't know. Well, I know there's one crazy person. It's me. I'm the only one allowed to be crazy. I'm the resident crazy person, hello. No, I'm just kidding. Though sometimes that PTSD, I really be doing some weird shit. Ooh, embarrassing. Anyways, so I open the door. And there are these two lovely women there. Beautiful hair, beautiful skin, lovely elderly women. And they go, have you heard of our church? It's some weird, churches always have like weird names. The Impeccable Feeling of Jesus Church or something weird. I'm like, oh, cool. And they were like, yeah, we recently moved. We were on this street back over here, but now we're like right next door to you. I was like, oh, cool. So if I don't show up to your congregation, you're gonna come find me. And mind you, like I'm home in my PJs. This literally just happened. I'm wearing pajamas right now. So they come up, I'm not expecting guests. I don't look ready for guests. This is, I woke up, put on clothes, went to work, that's it. But they come to my door and they start their spiel and like, no matter what you're doing, if you say, yes, I've accepted Jesus or no, I haven't accepted Jesus, it's like no matter what you say, there's no middle ground for these people to be like, oh, well, great, here's our card, come see us. If that's what door-to-door salespeople, I don't even know what you would call it, door-to-door missionaries, I guess. If that's what they did, is just like handed me their card and said like, hey, please come on down and see us. We would love to have you in our congregation. I would be amazed with that. I would go. If all you did was leave me your card to come to your church, I would go to your church to see what it's all about. So I tell them when they ask me, have you accepted Jesus? I say, yeah, oh, absolutely I have. I've been doing church online because I'm afraid of Rona. And they tell me it's not a problem, and I'm dumbfounded because I'm like, oh, really? It's not a problem, is it? Okay. And I don't have to worry about it at your church? Okay. Why do I not have to worry about it at your church? Then they started telling me, and they're like, yeah, at our church we don't worry about Corona because we know we're safe because we believe in Jesus. Okay. Then they start telling me about the end of times. Okay. Tell me about the end of times. I watched all the Left Behind movies or whatever, and it was not enjoyable to me. but somebody out there liked it. They had like 5, 7, I don't know how many of those movies got made. They start telling me about the end of times and the Antichrist, and that Miss Rona's vaccine will alter my DNA and make me a sinful person because they're changing my DNA. It doesn't change your brain, but it changes your DNA. And then just kept going with this weird conspiracy theory, and then was telling me so much that like at our church we don't allow masks, we don't do social distancing, we don't do any of this. And I'm like, hey, that's not a good thing. I don't want to come to your church now because one, if I wear a mask, you won't allow me into your church evidently, and two, you believe that the vaccine, which isn't real yet, rewrites your DNA that causes you to sin, and in extreme cases, become the Antichrist. Hey, what the fuck? We live in an area where a few times it has happened that someone has come by and like knocked on our door and said like, hey, the end of days are coming. Do you want to come join our society where like everybody gets free food and free this, and all you have to do is like pay our leaders all of your money? And I've gotten a few of those door knocks before. This was the first one where I was ever incentivized to go to a church because it meant that I could willingly get sick. It's all weird. I'm not a church person. I'm not a churchy. I don't go to church. Like, do I believe in a higher power? Absolutely. Do I go to church and preach about it every Sunday? I don't. And I don't, like, if that's what you do, that's cool. I respect that and I love it. That's what Shawn's mom does. That's what my mom does. I'm just not really about it. I'm more of like a passive faith kind of person, right? But enough about that. I am gonna hop off here because I'm so hungry and I was just so dumbfounded by what just happened that I haven't eaten anything, and my soup is now cold in the microwave, so I'm gonna go eat. But I love you guys. Stay cool, stay cute, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Toodles!